Christy Wall, who is a teacher at East Nashville Magnet, and this is for Dr. Sesha at Union University, teacher interview. Okay, question one, how important are teacher and student relationships as related to the student's learning and success?
Well, Matt, I would say that the student and teacher relationships are vitally important. My belief is building trust is one of the core foundations in student and teacher success in the classroom. So without those relationships built from the foundation of academic success, it's very hard to achieve without them.
Okay, do you think basic needs have to be met before a student can truly learn?
Absolutely. If you're talking about the basic needs of food, clothing, shelter, the basic necessities in life, I think that those needs have to be met at the student's level. And I believe many times educators take on a supplemental role to their students as far as providing some of those needs that are not met for them either in their home environment or in transit back and forth to school. So a lot of times teachers take on the role of providing extras to students before the academic day even begins. So making sure that their basic needs are met and covered absolutely helps foster the learning environment and again builds into the student-teacher relationships.
Okay. Third question is, how do you accommodate different learning styles?
Well, providing and assigning menu assignments, giving student options obviously helps with trying to accommodate all the different learning types and styles. Integrating technology is also key. Always trying to reach all of the modalities of learning is really important. Trying to use centers and learning corners just to differentiate instruction and try and intrigue different types of learners across the gamut is always really important as far as meeting students where they're at, what their natural given talents lend them to their learning style.
Okay. And what is your classroom culture like?
I would like to say that my classroom culture involves mutual respect. The students take ownership of their learning. I'm always trying to spark student interest and buy-in into the learning process and really convey to my students that what the importance is of an education and that really it is the key to their future success in whatever endeavors they take on. So again, like I said, my culture really revolves around mutual respect and the ownership of the students' learning, as well as always looking for opportunities to spark their interest in learning throughout the process of our class sessions.
Okay. There's a lot of different types of discipline or ideas about discipline. Can you tell me what your idea of classroom discipline is?
My idea of classroom discipline is firm, fair, and consistent. I always believe in communicating very thoroughly by posting rules and expectations, communicating with parents and students at large about what exactly is expected, not only in the classroom but in the school setting. And so there is really no surprise or shock when events do happen that require such. I think it's also important to praise students when it's appropriate and also when it is necessary to follow through with the consequences that have been outlined.
Okay. What advice would you have, or what would be the best advice you could give a new teacher or a novice teacher?
I think the best advice for novice teachers is just to always use all resources available, whether it's the teacher across the hall, the librarian, an assistant principal, a teacher in another district, a friend that works in another county. Seeing all of those people as resources and opportunities to learn. I also very firmly believe that teachers never become experts in the field unless they're committed to being continuous lifelong learners.
Okay. What techniques do you use to motivate your students?
Well, as far as techniques, I like to use different forms of competitions. We always have small class competitions, whether it's, however many minutes that was spent on an online assignment or
last question deals with the way that you handle distractions or constant distractions or bad behavior in your classroom. Is there anything in particular that you do or have a good advice?
Um, well, as far as the constant distractions, sometimes those are kind of inevitable. So whether the phone is ringing or you have massive amounts of emails coming in, just different things like that are sometimes really, really hard to avoid. But as far as bad behavior and things that would be an academic distraction, a true academic distraction for students, I always try and isolate poor behavior. If students can't conduct themselves in an appropriate manner in the classroom setting and they are infringing on the rights, educational rights of other students, I tend to isolate them in my classroom until they earn their way back to the rest of our normal learning society and culture in my room. I also think that it's imperative to communicate expectations to parents and students just when disciplinary actions are having to be put in place, that the expectations were already set forth for how the students should conduct themselves in class, and that there are no surprises. Um, I do also try and give minimal attention to negativity in the learning environment. Any students that are seeking attention at large by acting out with poor behavior do not receive that type of affirming attention from me. A lot of times having one-on-one conversations with students either before or after class, kind of questioning why their behavior is not desirable or whatever they're doing in class is so distracting, why they're doing it,